So, whoever thought that being too nice would actually become a problem? Because it is an actual problem, because when you are too nice, guess what? People will walk over you. People would use you to their own benefit. And guess what? It will leave you angry, because you'll be somebody who has always given people everything you could. But guess what? Nobody ever gives you anything in return. By the end of this video, I'll tell you how I went from a guy who liked to please people to a guy who pleases himself at the same time with other people. Because let's be honest, if you've seen yourself pleasing people for far too long, there is a high chance you're going to take the direct opposite and become a jerk. And I don't want you to be a jerk. I don't want you to be that guy who's so bitter at people that he misses out on opportunities. You miss out on friendship simply because you are a jerk, simply because you think only about yourself. You see, when you are a nice guy, you put other people before you. And guess what? You never have enough for yourself. Right? Again, so why I know this is because I used to have it, right? Again, for context, I was a middle child. Like, I was born as a middle child. What that means is I was barely given attention. My elder brothers and my younger brother, the last born, they had most of the attention. So I discovered that I had to I had to become useful to people in the house so that I could get attention and validation. So that usefulness came full circle when I began to do things for people just because that was how to keep people in my life. Guess what I was doing up to a point where I kind of realized that nobody was doing jack shit for me. If I look around and realize that nobody did jack shit for me, at some point I became very bitter. I became very angry. And one thing that was crazy was when I stopped doing things for people for the sake of doing it, what did I get? Oh, bro, you have changed. Bro, why are you different? Bro, why did you change? It's like everybody knew that they were using me to their own advantage. And nobody gave two fucks, right? I'm telling you that, bro. It boils down to how you see yourself, right? And then I always tell people that the reason I always tell you to stop being a nice guy is because it lets you live in an authentic manner. It lets you put other people before you. And guess what? If you've done this for quite a long time, you become angry at people. And in this video, I want to tell you that you don't have to be the direct opposite. You don't have to be a jerk. You don't have to be a full borderline narcissistic. No, you don't have to. Instead, you can still genuinely help people, right? And feel good about yourself, right? Because the difference between what a nice guy does is which is what you are right now, and what a good person does. You see, everything boils down to the intentions, right? Again, I hope my point in this video helps you to put yourself first and still consider other people, not just being a full-scale jerk. So the first thing I tell you is learn to be selfish. You see, society looks down on people who have this idea of being selfish, right? But if you think about it, being selfish doesn't really mean that you put other people down, doesn't mean that you don't consider people, but it means that you give yourself all that you need first before you give somebody else. Think about it. If you're on a plane, right, they tell you put on your mask first before you help the other person put on their mask, because there's a reason for it. Because who's trying to help other people, you may not have figured out your own life first, which is what you should figure out. Right? What's in it for you, right? So be selfish, and when you're selfish, it's easier for you to have things like self-respect, easier for you to have self-respect, self-love, self-esteem. Yes, all these things are self because they come from you. It's a gift from you to you. But guess what? Society will make you feel like, no, that's bad. Society wants you to focus on everything outside yourself. And this comes from you just simple. Become the main character in your life. Because I can bet you, right? Since you're a nice guy, when you put other people before you, it makes you feel like other people are living life better than you. It makes you feel like what's that word? It makes you feel like other people are living a life that you can't live. But bro, take a step back. Become the main character of your life. Think about what you want. That is in every situation you are in. Think about what you want. Same thing with your relationships, with your friends, with your family. And bro, like I've said, when I switched up and became selfish about myself, yes, the family members changed on me. Yes, they changed because the irony was that they never acknowledged the good I did for them. And this one, a story flashed into my head just now where one day there's an accident, right? And they invited we in the house to come and observe the accident. Obviously, the car got stuck. And my father took me back memory lane saying that that night I was the most hardworking person that night, and nobody told me anything. My father pointing this out to me that he was there. He saw me work harder than the person who crashed the car. And he's like, nobody ever told me thank you. And the reason he didn't bring it up because that is life. Again, my father taught me a lot of stories, and my father's life also made me realize that the good you do for people would almost never go appreciate would almost never be appreciated. Right? So he knew this. Yet he was always giving. And the irony was that the moment my father hits a financial problem, guess what? Everybody walked away. This is why put yourself first. Yes, even to be very, very frank, I also think that I may have gotten this people pleasing from him because at some point, as he grew older, he began to consider the family less and he kept on giving until there was really no more. But still, I feel like at that point my father's story is quite funny, right? He was a tough man at some point. He became kind of like soft, weak, he forgot some principles, and I think what happened to him was a story for another day, but he had like this health condition which made him feel different. Story for another day again. So it's a story on how guys should watch their health carefully and you should never neglect your health. Second tip is learn to say no. When you're selfish, you know what you want for yourself. And it is easy for you to say no because anything that's not a full-on yes automatically is a no. And you should be able to say no to the point where you don't have to explain yourself. If they invite you to a party, no, I don't want to go. Because when you say I don't want to go, right, and you don't have to justify it, trust me, it tells people that you have some self-respect. It tells people that you don't want to do what you don't want to do. It's that simple. And if somebody is respect from demanding an excuse from you, trust me, that person is not your friend. It's a matter of time. Again, if you are selfish, if you have self-respect, it's easier for you to cut people off. So people know not to tread with you carefully. And people begin to respect you. Around women, if you've been with women, one thing you get to realize is women are always testing you. So when you're always telling women yes, at some point you become boring. At some point you become like a shell of yourself. Now, I'm not like these dating gurus that tell you, oh, tell her no all the time or tell her no at different times. No, I'll tell you this, bro. Tell her no to things that do not make you excited. What that means is, same thing too. I feel like that's how healthy relationships are formed when there's boundaries. Because saying no helps you to set boundaries with other people. It protects your energy for crying out loud. It protects you deeply. And the third tip here is remove that idea of I give you so I can get from you. Get rid of that idea. Because when you have that idea, guess what? You begin to treat everything as a transaction. Where if you have given somebody something, you must get something in return. And this is why women don't like nice guys. Nice guys are not really saying what they want, right? They are coming with this intention of, you know what? I'll treat you nice. I'll treat you nice because I expect that after treating you nice, you be with me. To be very frank, it is actually inauthentic. And if you think it is actually very manipulative, I'll tell you something that women know when you are being a nice guy. They know. They choose to ignore it. They still stay there because they hope that you will be shy, that you will never stay your claim. But the day you state your claim, they begin to say things like, oh, I never knew, I thought you were a friend. No, you always knew. Women always know when you're being a nice guy. So guess what? It is a thing where she will drag you for years, hoping to keep you as a backup plan. So bro, stop being that nice guy. Stop being that nice guy who will sacrifice himself for anybody, even for a woman. Instead, think of a win-win situation. And bro, that is the perfect mindset. Sure, that should be a fourth point. Think of a win-win situation. What that means is, if I'm to come into any situation or if you have to make a request, how does it benefit me? Right? Again, it doesn't have to be like materialistic things, just me feeling good about myself. That is why whenever I'm trying to get someone to do things right, I always say that. I always think of how will it benefit this person? I remember somebody who I was coaching, right? I was coaching, we were friends because he was with me at the moment and he just needed my help to stay in my place so he can have like a change of environment. So he was with me for a while. He said, Stone, you are very, very manipulative, right? I'm like, what do you mean? He says, I get him to do my bidding. Now, I paused. I said, give me a situation where I manipulated you. He was thinking. I said, before you answer that question, answer this question in your head. Is there anything that I've made you do for me that you did not benefit from? He paused. He laughed. Waiting after like 5 to 10 minutes, like whatever thoughts he had in his head kind of died down, right? And I'm grateful for having that confidence to say it because If I want you to do something for me, I feel that there should be a direct benefit to you as a person. Same thing, when you come to me with an idea, ask myself, how can I win from this situation? It's not about sacrificing for you because, heck, there are things that I do with good intention. Like, for example, is I've hosted different parties, different get-togethers for my guys. I know when I host it for my guys, I don't care because it's just about me creating a good moment for everybody. So I don't expect them to do it for me, and it's been a very good feeling. At least I get that good feeling of that memory of creating this memory for my guys. So trust me, the more you think about win-win, the easier it is for you to stop treating yourself or stop allowing that abusive behavior to happen. To make it easier for you, people to respect you, it makes it feel like you think about people, you are compassionate basically. Like I tell people that you should be selfish, but still consider other people. Trust me, because it will help you. You'll be less resentful, right? You would approach every relationship with authenticity. What that means is you don't have to change for anybody. If you know that this person is not benefiting from the relationship, you know that you have to X. If you're not benefiting to anybody, or it's easier to detect when you're not benefiting from somebody and somebody's not benefiting from you, if you think of a win-win situation. So, bro, that's it. My name is Tonoroye. If you like what you heard in this video, I want you to please share with somebody who will find it helpful because, like I said, I don't want you to go from being a nice guy to being a complete jerk. I want you to be somebody who is good. Somebody who is good does things because of that in their true nature, not because they expect things from you. They do, when you're a good person, you do things from a place of pure intention. You do things because even though it might benefit you, at least you understand that from the upfront. You're not trying to manipulate people. I want you to go from being a nice guy to being a good guy, not being a jerk, because being a jerk makes you look stupid, makes you feel stupid, and to be very, very frank, nobody would really want to be around you, not even those that want to use you. So my name is Tonoroye. If you like what you heard in this video, please share it with that guy who is always being nice, because sharing this video actually makes me realize that there are more men out there who want to become well-rounded, who want to be integrated with themselves, who want to be well-rounded men. Like, you know, that's what my brand is about. That's what my message is about, becoming a well-rounded man. So thank you very much. Talk to you soon, and bye for now, brother.